you can even watch back. Giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O's, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
S-I-C-K is the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K,
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 S-I-C-K.
All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
S-I-C-K is the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk facts.
We're giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
Play it on the car ride, play it when you lounge. X and O's, you know that we can hold it down. Shout out to my man Sammy, got it off the ground. And to all the listeners tuned in right now, got debates, analysis, and speculation. This is sports talk for the new generation. You know where to find us, got a reputation. Sick podcast, your #1 sports destination.
Giving all our devotion, riding high on this wave of emotion. Going all out, yeah, cause this is our time. No, ain't no stopping us till we reach the finish line. All in, we came here to win. We're gonna give everything. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick. On fire, we're ready to fight. We'll bring the house down tonight. S-I-C-K on the run. S-I-C-K, sick, sick.
S-I-C-K is the sickest podcast. Tune in for the audio, or you can even watch back. Giving players all the props or put them on blast. We don't give no hot takes, only talk back. S-I-C-K,
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 S-I-C-K.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. The Eye Test with Pierre, McGuire, and Jimmy Murphy.
The Stanley Cup winning Colorado Avalanche. And after 22 years, Raymond Moore
The sickest NHL podcast. It's gonna be sick.
And welcome to another edition of the Eye Test here in the Sick Podcast Network. He is Pierre McGuire. I am Jimmy Murphy. Pierre, a couple years back, I was listening to you on Mitch Melnick's show in Montreal, touting a goalie you had been watching practice a lot at Boston College named Jacob Fowler. And tonight he will make his NHL debut. How are you feeling about that?
Much like former Montreal Canadian goalies like Ken Dryden in 71, Patrick Roy in 1985, Carey Price in 2007, and now Jacob Fowler in 2025 all have one thing in common. Montreal Canadian goalies who got their career starts against the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Correct. An interesting stat there for sure. Hopefully his career goes as well as theirs. But as we've said before yesterday, and as Brendan Gallagher so aptly put, pump the brakes, have some patience, and that'll be the key. But Pierre, my question to you as a former coach is, how do you prepare a team, not just the goalie in his first NHL start, but a team in front of the goalie making his first start?
I had Mike Leonarduzzi did that in Hartford. I didn't prepare the team any differently, and Mike did really well. Mike played well for us. We had a lot of injuries. Mario Gosselin had retired. Frank Pietrangelo had been hurt. Sean Burke had been hurt, and we put Mike Leonarduzzi in, and Mike handled it. And Jeff Reese had been hurt as well. And we had traded Frank, actually, who was involved. Jeff ended up being our guy, Reese. But yeah, no, Mike Leonarduzzi was a goalie, and we didn't change any of our prep. He just went in there and played. I think the guys know. Yeah. But I don't
no need to promote it, so to speak, or make it a bigger thing.
Yeah, you don't want to overhype it. It's managed expectation. The kid's a pro. He's getting paid just like everybody else. Go out there and play.
Yeah. And in terms of when you saw the goalie come in and practice with it, or did he have a chance to practice before that, or was he kind of?
Yeah, he practiced yesterday before they got on the plane.
No, not Fowler. I'm talking about in the goalie.
Oh, Mike Leonarduzzi? Oh, yeah.
So are there things, notice, like, I guess a defenseman wouldn't be able to answer this best, but are there things that they have to get used to each other before you just go out there and feel it when you're on the ice and it will develop organically?
I just think you go out there and play.
Yeah, I think.
I just think everybody's overreacting to this.
Mm-hmm.
Lane Hudson came out of Boston University and played 2 games against Detroit.
Yep.
Cole Caulfield came out of University of Wisconsin and played. Sean Farrell came out of Harvard University and played. Just let him play.
Yeah.
I'll say this as a parent who has a son who plays pro hockey. I went to go watch his first 2 games in the American Hockey League up in Charlotte, and my wife was amped up, and she's a mom. She should be.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You're really calm." I'm like, "Yeah, I've seen this before. Like, I just hope he goes out there and gives his best effort."
That's all you can do.
But that's all you can do. Like, you just can't get overhyped about it.
I'm with you on that. Pierre, another question I want to ask you about Fowler too. When you first started to watch him practice at BC, play at BC, what stood out the most to you about him, and how much better has that gotten now?
Composure really stood out. Young guy on a team that was supposed to be good. They had Ryan Leonard, they had Gabe Perreault. They were supposed to be good. They had some really good transfers that came in. A kid Malone that came out of Cornell. A kid Armstrong who came out of BU. Like, BC had some really good. They had some good players that were already there, and they had some good guys that went in the portal. And look, they made it to the Frozen Four that year, his first year.
Yep.
But what stood out is his composure.
Mm-hmm.
He's really composed as a young guy on a team that nobody really knew how the young guys were going to play or how the transfers were going to play. By probably the 4th or 5th game of the year, everybody knew how he was going to play.
Yeah, and that falls right in line with that clip we played yesterday from Pascal Vincent when he first met him when he came up to Laval last year. He just fit right in. He didn't seem fazed by anything. And obviously, in the market he's about to embark his career on, that's huge to have that composure. You have to, or you're in trouble.
Yeah, I keep saying it, and this is not a knock on Marty Brodeur. I hope the kid can measure up a little bit. I don't say that he's going to be him, but he reminds me a lot of him. Marty was always really sure of himself. Marty was really confident. Marty carried himself that way, and I think this kid's a lot the same.
How much does a team in front of him feed off that when they feel that calmness and confidence?
It's a good question. I'd say probably a lot.
Yeah.
Probably the guys they've heard. I mean, one of the cool parts about Montreal right now is their farm team used to be in the Maritimes. Their farm team used to be in Fredericton.
Yep.
Or it was in Halifax. There were different parts of the Maritimes where the Canadiens put their farm team. Now they're in Laval.
Yeah.
So the guys can run into one another. The guys can talk to one another. It's simple. It's easier.
Yeah.
And so they hear the urban legend. They read the newspapers. They know what's going on with Jacob Fowler. They understand. And they saw him in training camp.
Yeah. Yeah. And with the way things have been right now, where I think we could all agree, the defense is look a bit discombobulated out there right now. A calming presence like that coming from a young kid could be what they need. And even if he doesn't stay up for long.
It's one thing to say it. It's another thing to do it. Now he's got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he will do it.
I'm with you.
I believe he will do it. It doesn't mean he will, though.
Yep.
Look, I've been wrong plenty of times when it comes to evaluating players. I don't think I'll be wrong on this guy, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty confident. I don't think I was wrong on Lane Hudson when a lot of the experts were saying that he'll never play.
Yeah. Yep. Pierre, another thing I want to talk about.
I just want to say one thing. As you correctly say, I've been doing Melnick's show for a long time. And I heard a guy go on Melnick's show just before I was going on. And I heard him talking about Lane Hudson. And I was like, I don't think he's ever seen the guy play live.
I remember this. Yep.
And so I came on right after, and I'm like, I don't know who your last guest was. I don't know who he is. I apologize. But I don't think that person's ever seen Lane Hudson play live because everything he just said about him is wrong.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing, but
I remember.
So I don't know. It's what we talk about a lot on the eye test. There are a lot of people that are really good scouts on X. The problem is I've never seen them in any of the games.
Or the rinks.
That's what I mean.
Or the practices. Yeah. I'm with you on that. Pierre, another thing too, and look, we're not trying to say we know better than you or take shots at anybody right now, but I'm going to come right out and say that, and I'm not just doing this because I like the guy and he's been good to me. I'm just doing it because it shows me that you're not really watching the games. Lay off Marty St. Louis right now. All right? Enough. Because I want to ask those people that are all over him right now that were kissing his you-know-what about a year ago, or maybe a little less than a year ago when the season turned around. You're just going to flip right now because they're going through a rough spot? And how about the fact that, let's talk about 3 years ago, did you think the Canadiens would have made the playoffs by now? Did you think that they would be talking about doing it again, potentially trying to get to the second round? Last I checked, they're in a rebuild, Pierre, and they went a little ahead of it, and now it's just kind of regressed a slight bit. Calm down and lay off Marty.
I don't even know if it's regressed. They're ahead of where they were last year.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's regressed, but I'll say this is that I really admire you for saying that, Jimmy. I wouldn't even pay attention to that stuff, but I'm glad you're sticking up for the coach. He's trying his best with what he has to work with right now. There's not a perfect roster right now, especially on defense. If I could give constructive criticism, I would change his end zone coverage scheme.
Yep.
I would change, especially with the defense that you have.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I mean, he's coaching. He's doing a good job.
And you know what he's shown, Pierre? I mean, remember last year at this time, I think you were, leader of the campaign to get Hudson on that first power play. He eventually did it. He's shown that if something's not working, he's not going to become the definition of insanity and keep trying and trying. He will eventually change. He adjusts. And that's what I like about him.
I think that's fair. I do. The big thing now is Arbor's not playing tonight. So everybody's mad about Arbor not playing. And, okay. So I said it on Tony's show. I did. I said, Arbor's not going to play the next game. And I guess people are upset. I have no idea. I didn't know axe to grind with Arbor. I like Arbor.
You've been a big fan.
Hey, by the way, I've been leading the charge to get Florian Jackeye to stay on the team since training camp started.
Yeah.
And I was really upset that they didn't keep Florian Jackeye. All that being said, I understand as a coach that has to make his living on winning and losing. I understand why Arber's out of the lineup tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean he's going to be out of the lineup when they go to New York. I understand why he's out of the lineup tonight. Who's the this is what I would say to all those people out there. Who's the artillery that scares you from the Pittsburgh Penguins?
Yeah, exactly.
Who do they have that's going to go beat your guys up? Who's their Tom Wilson? Who's their Matthew Olivier? Who's their Nick Delorier? Who's their Ryan Reeves?
They don't have one.
They don't. That's not how they're.
And they're big guys. Their big guys don't play that style. Brazeau is not one of those guys.
No, he's not.
Anthony
Kevin Hayes isn't one of those guys. Anthony Mantha's not one of those guys. Come on. Sid's not one of those guys. Nola Cherry's a physical guy. He's not one of those guys. I mean, come on.
And the other thing, too, we were talking
about managing their roster for the team they're playing against.
And you agreed with me, and I'll say it now. You agreed with me before we came on, where I was saying, I think he's actually, this has been a great coach-player relationship where it's been a give and take. He's hard on him when he needs to be hard on him. He credits him when he needs to be credited. He's working with him. It's a work in progress, and things don't just happen like at the snap of a finger. I think he's handling this perfectly, to be honest, with Jack.
Yeah, I have no issues with what he's doing. Again, constructive criticism. I would really tweak the power play a little bit, and I would fix the end zone coverage scheme.
And that's it. Yeah,
that's it.
I'm with you on that. Before we move on from this game, too, I want to ask we were talking yesterday about a lot of the Olympic stuff. Somebody called me after the podcast and said, Pierre is exactly right. I didn't get to see the practice today. I don't know if you saw any comments after. Was Olympics part of it?
I didn't.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just wondering, because somebody said Pierre nailed it on the head there, and he goes, if I was a player, I'd be so tired of answering these questions right now. And again, we as the media have to do our job, but it's getting a little overboard.
Well, no, I mean, what got my attention the other day, somebody asked the question is about Dobson being on the Olympic team. Is he a candidate? And Marty actually had to answer it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what universe are you living in?
Yeah, I know.
He just got traded. He just got traded out of New York.
Yep.
And as a kid that was 17 years old, who's now just turned 18, took his job.
Yeah.
He's ahead of him.
Yeah.
Matthew Schaefer.
I know.
Matthew Schaefer might make the team.
Yep.
Dobson's not making the team.
No, and I never, even if that didn't happen, Pierre, I didn't envision Dobson as a candidate.
But that's when I started, let Dobson play for the Montreal Canadiens.
Exactly.
Let him just take over his own space with Montreal.
Yep.
He's not playing in the Olympics.
Yep. Speaking of the Olympics and, defensemen, great news just breaking out of Boston. The Boston Bruins have activated Charlie McAvoy. He will play tonight against the Winnipeg Jets. Team USA must be happy about that as well. I did not see this happening this soon, so I'm very happy to hear that for Charlie.
It's good for Charlie. It's good for the Bruins. The Bruins are a great early season story. They are. They deserve a lot of credit.
And we would love to have a guest on from that team to give them that praise. Hopefully that will happen.
Shame on their no, don't wink. Shame on their PR department. Shame on them. Okay. You know what? Shame on them. And I don't care. They can go cry all they want.
Thank you.
We try to be really nice to those guys.
Yep.
And it's not hard to be nice to a good story. Marco Sturm's a fantastic human being.
He is a Jack Adams finalist right now.
He is a fantastic person. I've known Don Sweeney since he was at the St. Paul School in New Hampshire before he went to Harvard. The PR department there needs a spanking.
All right. we could make that a segment. Who needs a spanking in the NHL? Like the tune up there. Pierre, another thing I want to get to, because it's kind of becoming, it's manifested into a big story now, is this hand pass mess. And every game there seems to be a new hand pass controversy going on. What's your take on that?
They're all hand passes. They've all been hand passes.
Yeah. Okay. Me too.
So they're all, but
why is it such a controversy then?
Because we allow it to happen in the defensive zone.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're the defending team, you're allowed to make a hand. We've allowed that to happen. So we have different rules at different stages of the ice. So a high stick, okay, is above the shoulder, but a high stick for a goal is the height of the crossbar.
Yeah.
You can, so it's all these different rules. You can use your feet to make a play on the puck in the neutral zone or in your own zone. But if you make a play with your feet in front of the net, like Drake, or to the side of the net, like Drake Batherson did the other day, they consider that a kicking motion. So we've got people confused with all these different rules. Just one, if you can make a hand pass in the defensive zone, you know what? Make a hand pass anywhere. The only thing you can't do, can't score a goal with your hand.
Yeah, exactly. Just like
unless it, if a puck hits you in the fist and you don't push it that way, it's a goal. It's a deflection. But I'm just saying. I don't know,
I mean, if it's the rule, it's the rule. Now, if we want to change the rules, then that's something you bring up when the time is right, and you do
the competition committee and the general managers have to get together, and the owners, obviously the board of governors. I was in those meetings. Those are actually really fruitful meetings. They're really intelligent, and I know that people. This is the other one. People love to rip on hockey operations. Those guys are so professional, Jimmy.
I know.
They're so smart. They're hockey lifers. They've coached. They've played. They understand the nuances of the game. And more times than not, they're right. They're right a lot.
Yeah.
Way more than they're wrong. And so I love it when people rip on them. They have the best interest of the game at heart. And I'm not talking about player safety now. No. Don't misunderstand.
No.
I'm talking about hockey operations. So
they love the game. I mean, I know that. I've talked to these guys. I've interviewed them.
I know you have.
And they want the game to be the best it can be. So
my whole thing now is I've thought about it a lot. Because everybody's mad at the hand pass thing. You can do everything with your hands all over the ice. You can't catch the puck.
Yep.
No go. Can't catch. But you can bat the puck down. If you want to pass it with your hand, pass it with your hand.
Yep.
But if you're going to pass with your hand, you know what? If you're the defender, I might just whack your hand.
Exactly. There's a solution.
So I don't see that being a problem. It's like the offside. I said this to you 3 years ago, whenever we started this, 2.5 years ago, whenever it was. I said, Jimmy, they could cure this offside thing with one simple rule. As soon as the puck touches the top of the blue line, as soon as it does, everything's onside. Everything's onside.
That's it.
They'll never have. Look at how close these things are now. If the puck just touches the top of the blue paint, you're good to go, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you, Pierre. I'm with you. Before we get into our sponsors and the Q&A and all that, Pierre, another one of the games I'm paying a lot of attention to tonight, Ducks Islanders.
It's one of the Jimmy, I talked to you 3 times today, 4 I never brought it up to you, did I? I was hoping you were going to bring it up. I was going to. Who in the summertime? Seriously, think about it.
You would have said that, right? When you looked at the
schedule. Oh, I can't wait to watch that Anaheim Islander game in December, just before. I just can't wait to watch that game. Oh.
Yeah. I think this is an underrated game on the card. There's a ton of games tonight, 13 games tonight. That's an underrated game. And the Islanders, I mean, I think credit to them. I think they've been a lot better than a lot of us thought they would be. And as you mentioned, Schaefer's a main part of that. But this is a big game.
Sorokin, too. Sorokin.
Yeah. Sorokin's been amazing. He's been amazing. You know who's actually quietly still really a big part of it? Oh, Horvat, too.
Ho's got a legit chance. I'm not going to tell you who I was talking to yesterday, but somebody that's involved.
Really? Because that's what I was going to ask you. See, we don't script this stuff.
He's got a legitimate chance to make the team.
Yeah. I like it. And then, of course,
does not mean he's on. Please, I'm not giving inside intel like that. I'm just saying he's opened a lot of people's eyes. He's got a legitimate chance to make it.
Yeah. And Anaheim with that amazing comeback the other night, Pierre, obviously in Pittsburgh there. But, can
I just say one thing about that?
I bet you're going to say what I'm about to say.
Okay, go. Say what you're going to say.
If you go back and watch that game, they were pretty outplayed, in my opinion.
They were totally outplayed.
Yeah.
But it shows you how tight the NHL is. Christopher Letang and Eric Carlson are both right defensemen.
Mm-hmm.
They both should not have been on the ice at the
That was
same
what you wanted
time.
to talk about. I knew that. Yep. Yep.
So now that we're talking about strategies and all these different things,
Can we go to Seattle?
yeah, why don't you go to Seattle?
Let's go to Seattle last night. Another
Go to Seattle.
last-minute tie and goal and overtime
Okay.
there. How does that happen, Pierre?
This is never brought up on the broadcast, which is shocking to me.
Mm-hmm.
They have two left defensemen on the ice. One of them is Mikey Anderson, and one is Joel Edmondson. Both very stout defensive players.
Mm-hmm.
They're killing a penalty because they took a penalty.
Yep.
And Seattle's pulled their goalie. I get it. Watch what happens when Anse Kopitar wins the draw clean. Rather than having a right shot defense, it's in the right side of the ice.
Yep.
Rather than having a right side defenseman on the inside part of the ice, they got a left-hand shot, Joel Edmondson. I felt so bad for him. Kopitar wins the puck clean. Mikey Anderson's blocking on the wall to give Edmondson time to clear the zone. But he's on his backhand because he's a lefty.
Yep.
So he turns, he does a 360, and he wires it, but it's a rim all the way around. Seattle, to their credit, Lane Lambert and his staff, they know that's coming because they seal that side of the ice. Their left side, LA's right. So they can't get it out.
Yep.
Walk the line, boom, move it, out to Beniers, puck's in the net. And eventually they win it in overtime on a power play goal. But I'm watching that and I'm going, that just shows you how tight these games are. And I'm watching it like I'm going, if Kopitar wins this, he better be strong, like on the wall, Mikey Anderson, because it's going to be a hard play for Joel Edmondson to get it out.
Let me ask you this too, Pierre. Seattle staff, like when you were a coach, how much did you, when you were doing your advanced scouting, let's say when you're working for Scotty there, how much did you look for little situations like that, like at the end of the game, how they handle the face-off, who they usually had on the ice at that time? How much did you pay attention to that?
A lot, like significant amounts. We were pretty prepared.
Yeah.
Learned that from Bob and Scotty and Barry Smith and Rick Keogh. We were very prepared.
Yeah.
I try to carry that with me everywhere I went. It's kind of like when you and I work together. You see what goes on,
Yeah, I do.
So the fans would never know, but you see it, so you know what happened.
Little stuff like that, exactly, that maybe the common eye isn't catching, but
you know, like I'm so proud of you because we talk about these things that maybe you weren't comfortable about before we started working together.
Mm-hmm.
And now I see how you write your stories. Now I see how you comment about hockey, and I'm going, he's learning.
Yeah, thank you.
Which is cool. No, it's cool for me. It means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Because we've been partners a long time now, and we do 5 shows a week.
I know.
Like, think about it. This will be our third trip to Europe together coming up in less than a year.
I know.
So
Might
it's
have to go
good.
back in July too if we make it happen. Let's do it.
I'll do it. You know me. But I'm gonna make you carry my golf clubs. You're gonna be my caddy. I'm only joking. You know I'm joking.
As long as you treat me like Tiger treats his caddy, I'm good.
Oh my gosh, no kidding.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Good stuff. All right. Well, listen, let's get to our wonderful sponsors right now. Vago Italiano, where we will be soon. Well, we say soon, it's still 2 months away, but I feel like everything's warp speed once we hit the holidays here in this time of year. So it will be sooner than we think. In February for the Winter Olympics. Looking forward to breaking down the first wave of games and looking ahead to the second at lunchtime at Vago every day. And you want to go there before then and after then because they combine old world classics and new Italian dishes for over 23 years. Private dining rooms for any occasion. They're open Monday to Saturday evenings and lunch from Tuesday to Friday. They are located at 1336 Green Avenue in the Westmount section of Montreal, which is a beautiful neighborhood. For reservations, call 514-846-1414. Again, that is 514-846-1414. Let's get over to our wonderful sponsors at Betway, where you can still go all the way with Betway and bet the beauties. And if you are not a member yet, okay, I'm sure a lot of you listening now are probably members now. But if you still haven't signed up, you got to go to that QR code right in front of you if you're watching. Otherwise, if you're just listening, when you're able, get over to the website in the members section, fill out your details, and you will get up to $300 credit back on your first deposit. Even if that first bet doesn't cash in, it's a free play. It's an amazing gesture, great gesture. Tell people it's the holidays. Get them over there. I haven't even looked. Maybe they're running. They might be. I think they actually are running a referral program. So you might want to look into that. Get some people referrals there and tell them about the deal. But it's a great deal there. You must be 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. Always bet responsibly. The offer is not available in Ontario. All right. A lot of games, like I said, 13 games. So what I'm going to do, I've got a lot of picks that I like, but I'm only going to give you 3 right now. And what I'll do by 6:30 p.m. Eastern is go to my Twitter handle at Murphy's Law 74. I'll tag at Betway CA, and I will put the rest of my picks there. I'm going to go to the game we're really focused on that we started the show off with, and that's the Montreal Canadiens at the Pittsburgh Penguins. Jacob Fowler making his NHL debut. Canadians needing to win desperately right now. The Penguins too, after blowing that game the other night. So both teams coming in eager to rebound. But I'm not trying to overhype the kid again, as Pierre and I said. Maybe he doesn't win tonight, but I have a good feeling about him tonight. Win or lose, I think he shows up. That's why I'm suggesting you take the over 24.5 saves at -15. I think this over-under is way too high, considering both teams have been giving up a ton of goals lately. I think their coaching staff will tell them to buckle down, tighten it up. And they've got 2 good goalies between the pipes, Tristan Jarry and Jacob Fowler. Give me the under 6.5. And then I'm going to take the Canadians on the money line at even money plus 100. There we go. Let's get to the Q&A. Randy Workman, 79-63. If you're the coaching staff of the Flames, do you concentrate on the period they played like a team, or do you chew them out for 2 periods they played like a bunch of individuals? Good question, Randy.
I would be a little upset with that, the 2-period part. I got to say one thing, though. Patrick Kane had it going on last night. He was at another level last night. DeBrincat was at another level last night. And Sandin Pellikka, he can rip it. That was a huge goal in the game. He got the second goal of the game off a cross-ice feed, and he one-timed that thing like a thing of beauty. I give Calgary credit, especially coming from behind in the third period. Kadri was good, but I didn't like most of their game until the third period. So I'd be a little upset.
Which is interesting, too, because remember, Pierre, I was crediting them. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. They've had full efforts.
Yeah, no, it's true. They have. I agree with you. They have.
All right, next question. Peter Minot, any progress with Reinbacher and Laval?
Yeah, he's going the way he's supposed to be going. He's getting better. They lost last night. They got a point, but they lost last night. Didn't have Jacob Fowler, but they lost.
All right, next question. C-Milk, what's up, buddy? How does Canada leave Bedard and Mac?
Celebrini, Macklin.
Oh, Mac Celebrini. Okay, I was trying to figure out which Mac you meant. Good question. Both playing at elite levels right now. They've been making the same mistake when they left Crosby off in 06, in my opinion. Also, Elijah says, hi, 24 goals in 12 games for him. Nice job, Elijah.
Jeez Louise, Elijah. I hope you got a big pay raise from your agent. But no, way to go, Elijah. We're happy for you. I know a lot of hard work. I've seen some tape, actually, of Elijah in the street, stick handling.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
Nice. I think not enough spots, Pierre. It's no knock on either kid. It's
no. It's not a knock on them at all. I still think they might make it.
Both?
Yeah.
That would be. I'd love to see it. I just don't know if there's enough.
Yeah, it's going to be. I want to see what the list. I don't want to speculate because I don't want people to say, "Oh, you hurt that guy's chances." All I'm going to say is both those kids are playing. Bedard was really good, he was really good last.
They're both. We'll just say they're both worthy of the pick. Whether they make it or not, we'll see. All right, next question. Be right 33, Jimmy and Pierre. With the Habs goalie struggling, being out of position, oversliding, not being big in the net, do you think the issue is with Eric Ramon's coaching rather than Monty and Dobas?
I said it the other day on Tony Marinaro's. Actually, I've said it twice in the last 2.5 weeks. That he should be on speed dial to the general manager and the president of hockey operations. And I'd be asking the question, what'd you work on today? What's the strength and weakness of each guy? And how you making them better? And how you building up what they're already doing well? Maybe he is. Maybe they are talking to him. But I would want to do that as a management person. And I'm not usurping the authority of the head coach, but I need to know. Because right now, I'm going to give you an example. The New York Islanders fired their goalie coach, Pierre, and they brought in a different coach. Sorokin was struggling out of the gate. How's he doing right now?
He's one of the best goalies in the league.
And I got nothing against Pierre Greco.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And we have nothing against Eric either.
And I have nothing against Eric Ramon. I don't really know him. I've watched him play when he was a junior, but I don't really know him.
Yep.
So all I'm saying is I want to know, if I were the management, I'd want to know, what are you doing every day? What do you like? What don't you like? And how are we going to make these guys better?
Yeah, and I want to say too, I love that the questionnaire there said in practice. And I was watching you guys with Max and Tony the other night, and Max mentioned the practicing too. I don't know if he's been to the practices watching.
Yeah.
That's where you really see what's going on. Like, it's not necessarily in the games. It just shows you how important practice is. All right, next question. Franco, if Ryan O'Reilly did not work in Toronto, can it work in Montreal? It's been said he prefers to be out of the spotlight.
Yeah, I don't know about that stuff. He was in the spotlight when they won the Cup in 2019 in St. Louis. He was an 18-year-old when he made the Colorado Avalanche as a second-round pick. Bob McKenzie nailed that, by the way. I was working the draft with him. He said to me right at the draft table, he said, this guy's going to make the NHL this year. He's the only second-rounder that will. He might be the only player drafted this summer that will make the NHL. And Bobby Mack nailed that one 100%. I don't think he's afraid of the spotlight. I think there were issues in the Toronto room at the time.
Yeah.
And that doesn't surprise me. Look, it's just every room's different. Every situation's different. He had no problem with the room in St. Louis. And I don't think he has any problem with the room in Nashville.
And he was, correct me if I'm wrong, Pierre, he was a trade deadline acquisition for Toronto, wasn't he?
Yeah.
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 Next question. Ethan Russell, how high up on the decision-making process is a player's plus minus in defensive play when it comes to coaches and GMs picking for the Olympics?
They look at that.
Oh, yeah.
They look at that. It's not the be-all and end-all. Brindamore made the team in 98. He was a minus career player. People don't even know that.
Oh, people look at him as like this prototypical sulky.
Yeah, and he was a Selke nominee a lot. He was.
But he was a career minus.
But he was a career minus player. And so, he still made the team. So I think people look at it. It's not the be-all and end-all, but it can give you a snapshot of sometimes of what a player's like. And Brindamore's case, it wasn't a true reflection because when he played in Philadelphia in particular, that was like the darkest of dark days for the Flyers. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Some of those teams were really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Did he play with Chris Therrien? Was those
yeah,
games?
Terry and he were teammates. Yeah.
I remember those teams. All right, next question. Mike Maloney, Pierre, I want your thoughts on Ryan Shea. Yeah, I know you watch him a lot. I think it's an amazing story. In your opinion, what clicked with his game to become an NHL D-man? He was almost out of hockey.
Mike, I'm so glad you asked this. I do all the Pittsburgh Penguins pregame shows. I'll do it again tonight with the great Paul Steigerwald. He's a legend. Man's over 70 years old. He watches so many games. It's unbelievable. And I've been calling Ryan Shea probably since the third week of the season one of the most improved players, if not the most improved player in the National Hockey League. He's really been smart with the puck. He shoots the puck. I think his confidence really started to grow last year when he got called up and he started playing a lot more. He was basically in their top four, and now he's been really strong. I know he had a couple games where he struggled. Every player in the league has a couple games in a row where they struggle. But he's played really, really well, and his father should be proud of him. I know the people at Northeastern where he played college hockey are really, really excited about him.
All right, next question. Renaissance Resistor. I see a bit of Filatov and Mishkov. Is that a fair comparison?
Oh,
good call.
Oh,
yeah.
Mishkov, I think, learned his lesson. He's going to have to be in better shape to start the year next year.
Yeah. I'm interested to see if he can rebound in season for the second half. By the way, I did not realize Paul was 70 years old. I did not see that at all.
He's over 70.
He looks young and he's exuberant for his age. Good for him.
He gets bullied into going to the gym.
I think you need to bully me a little more. All right, next question. Hendricks Cat can play. Which NHL team brings back the Stanley Cup in Canada next? That's a good question. Hard to say at this time.
No, I'm going to say it's down to two teams.
I'm going to say Montreal.
I'm going to say Montreal and Ottawa.
Ooh, Ottawa. Nice.
I'm telling you, I think they got it. Now, their window's not as big as Montreal's because they're running out of prospects. Montreal's still got a plethora of prospects coming through the group. But Ottawa's still, if they do the right things going into the deadline and they can get back on track. Here's my only concern with Ottawa, and I've talked to you about it before. They're going into Columbus, then they go into Minnesota, then they go into Winnipeg. You know, they've already lost this week to start.
They got to win this game tonight in
They
Columbus.
got to win tonight.
Columbus is back off a trip.
They got to win tonight, Jimmy.
This is a big win.
I agree with you. If they don't, then it's going to become a slog. It's going to be a slog for them.
I agree.
But I think long term, I think they still have a window to do it.
My two would be either Montreal, Toronto. I think if Toronto can get it together this year, maybe they go on a run. We'll see.
I thought it was theirs last year for the taking, and you know what? If they don't get Stolarz hurt, I think they might have done it.
Yeah.
They were up 2-0 in the series.
I know.
They were up in game 3.
I got a good feeling. We've seen what Berube can do in the second
Still
half.
can't believe the way they lost game 5 and game 7. Like, they didn't just lose. They got wiped out.
It was embarrassing. All right, next question. Mike Gaudette, which 3 NHL players have the hardest slap shots in the NHL today?
I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know.
Yeah. I know right now, Geeky, to this point, has been calculated the hardest slap shot to this point. Last I saw, that was 2 weeks ago. I saw that.
Yeah,
stat.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what Ovechkin shoots the puck at in terms of miles per hour. I don't know. I really don't. Like, there's certain, back in the day, you knew Chara was always Shea Weber, Chara, Al McInnes. There were certain Brett Hull. There were certain guys that really stood out, for doing that stuff.
And they had the slap shot contest at the All-Star team.
Yeah, I was there for a lot of
Al Iafrate.
Al Iafrate was another one, could bring the heat.
Yeah.
But I don't know how hard these guys shoot. I don't. I mean, pretty much everybody shoots hard now.
With these sticks too now, it's crazy. All right, next question. Randy, what is the best feel-good story in the NHL this season? I'd have to put the Bruins in as one of them.
What about Evgeny Malkin before he got hurt?
If individually, I'd put Malkin in. The aforementioned Bedard and Celebrini taking it to the level they have already.
How about Matthew Schaefer?
Matthew Schaefer, the Islanders in general.
He's an amazing story.
Anaheim Ducks, Joel Quenneville in his first year back.
How about that kid Nathan McKinnon?
Oh, yeah.
I feel good about him. Every time I watch him play, it's like unbelievable.
Yeah. Morgan Geeky.
Geeky's a great story. Great story.
By the way, should have put him in my little thing there. I like him for a Golden Knight. Back, his family's there in Winnipeg, hometown kid. He's psyched up for this game.
He's jumping in late. I like it.
Yep. All right. Next question. The Canadiens' highest hitters are Joe Veleno and Arbor Jackeye at 57. The bottom 6 seems lost. Can the Habs get Peyton Krebs, 75 hits out of Buffalo, or Ty Carty, 67 hits out of Seattle? I don't know. Krebs could be a possibility.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
All right. I think they bring some guys up to change that. All right. Next question. Owen Tremblay, where would you rank Caulfield in terms of shooting compared to the rest of the league? I think he's top 10. I'd agree.
Yep. His release is spectacular.
Man.
It's beautiful to watch.
Yeah. And somebody, I don't forget who was saying it, though. People need to start paying more attention. Well, you already are, Pierre, I know, but he's a hell of a playmaker.
Oh, yeah. But sometimes I wish he'd shoot more than make. He's got the Patrick Poulin in him. Like I remember, Patty, once you get the blue line, you're not allowed to make a pass. You have to shoot. He got 20 goals.
It worked.
He got 20 goals. It worked.
All right. Next question. Juice, Pierre, during your time broadcasting the Stanley Cup playoffs, what was the loudest building you were ever in?
So I'm going to quantify it all. Chicago, without a doubt, because it's the largest audience. So it was the loudest. Vegas with the piped in music was really loud. Mm-hmm. But Washington in 2018, the music and the fans were so loud, it was almost impossible to hear at ice level. It really, truly was. It really was. I interviewed Mike Keenan this morning for my ACAC show, Jimmy. And we were talking about coaching against each other in the 1992 final. And I said, Mike, I got to tell you, I remember the first game 3, standing on the bench in Chicago Stadium. I said, Mike, the freaking floor was shaking on the bench from the noise. He goes, well, on our bench, the floor was shaking and the glass was shaking behind. It wasn't people. It was the noise. I said, yeah, I know. That was probably the loudest I've ever heard anything at ice level. But Washington, Vegas, and Chicago were really loud of all the finals I've had a chance to do.
Mine as a broadcaster, Pierre, would have been when PK Subban took that pass and broke in out of the penalty box in Game 4 against the Bruins, 2014. I thought the building was going to fall down then. It was unreal.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good call by you.
All right, next question. Franco, Crosby is 6 points away from Mario. What will passing Mario mean for Crosby, a guy who has won it all, seemingly?
Yeah, it'll mean history, legacy.
And
nobody will be cheering harder for Sid to do it than Mario.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the kind of person Mario is. And by the way, Jimmy and I are working on something, trying to get something done for Mario's fantasy camp. I'm going there, I think, for year 4 now. I'm really pumped. I love it. It's one of those things, Jimmy. It never gets old. It's just awesome. I'm trying to get my partner there, and if we can do that, all our shows would be from there. It's not a done deal yet, but I couldn't keep the secret anymore. Working on it.
All right, next question. Ethan Russell, do you think the national broadcasting is better this year than last year? This is a sore topic, Ethan. I know this could be hard to answer, but it seems to have become more of a joke than a professional broadcast. It's frustrating. Ethan, I'm just going to leave your statement there. That's all I'll do. Next question.
Sure.
All right. Hendricks Cat that can play. How did you handle locker room conflicts? Does stuff like politics, religion, or whatever affect teams?
We didn't have any of that. We didn't have anything like that. I never saw anything like that once.
You were lucky.
No, we never. Not in Pittsburgh. Not in Hartford. Not in Ottawa. Not in the minors. I never saw any.
So I'm not going to name the 2 situations that come to my mind, Pierre, just out of respect. But I've been in situations covering a team where a player either did something or said something outside of hockey, and that player then would not face the media after practice and leave it to his teammates to answer the questions for him, and it didn't go well. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Without saying the players' names?
No, I never have. But what I've only seen, now that the question,
you know what I'm talking about, right?
I do. Absolutely, I do. I know one time there was a player that was traded away, and the guys were mad because he owed some money to some guys. So the guy was gone, but it created some problems.
Yeah.
But it all got worked out in the end, but I remember a couple times people were like, this guy's going to get it. And I'm like, he might, but don't do it now. So yeah, that's probably the only time I remember anything that's even close to that. But I don't remember guys talking about politics.
No, I've never seen that.
I don't see that. I never witnessed that. And maybe it happens now, but I never witnessed that.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I can tell you, like I did national media from 1997 to 2021, so it's pretty long. Of all the shows I did, whether it was in Canada or the United States or Europe, I never worked on a set. I never worked with a group that ever talked about politics.
Yeah.
I never saw it. Now,
it's kind of
maybe they did, but I like to think I spent a lot of time with my teammates. I never saw that.
Yeah. All right, next question. Hendricks again. For both of you, what is your favorite childhood hockey memory? You want me to go, Pierre?
Yeah, you go first.
I'll go first. Mine would just be going to the Bruins games with my grandfather. All the games he took me to got me into hockey at the Old Garden.
Mine's easy. 1971 Stanley Cup, Montreal Canadiens, Game 7, Chicago Stadium. Ken Dryden wins a Conn Smythe as a rookie, wins a Rookie of the Year the next year. Jean Beliveau's last Stanley Cup. Henri Richard scoring 2 goals in the deciding game. And Jacques Lemaire with an unbelievable shot to go past Tony Esposito from center ice. And to think that 20 years later, 21 years later, but close enough. I was coaching in that same building in the Stanley Cup final with Pittsburgh.
With Scotty Bowen.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Brandon H825, Dale Weiss. He's quoting Dale Weiss. I don't care who we're playing. Our team is not that great, but we're probably going to win. He was a difference every night. Speaking of Carey Price's aura, I think Fowler can do the same. Thoughts? I do.
I do. And I can just say this about Dale Weiss, somebody that I like very much.
I liked him too.
And he knows I'm a big fan. I got a great Dale Weiss story. I'll make it fast.
Go over it.
So Gord and I were going to do a Montreal Canadiens Florida Panthers game. And the building back then in Sunrise, do you know what it was called, Jimmy? The National Car Rental Center.
Yes, I do remember those days.
It was called that. Well, Dale got in a taxi and said, take me to the National Car Rental Center. Well, at Miami Airport, they took him there to the National Car Rental Center, not to the arena, which is in Sunrise, an hour away. So, and I hope somebody gets this to Dale. So we see him standing at the desk with his hockey bag and his sticks. So I said, hey, Dale, what's up? Get right in the car. I said, save your money. Jump in with Gord and I. Like, you don't have to do it. You won't have to expense it. He goes, what do you mean? We go, we're going to the rink. He goes, I just had the taxi driver bring me here to the National Car Rental Center. So I said, the rink's an hour away from here, man.
That's a commercial waiting to happen.
I'm not kidding you. That happened.
Oh, my gosh.
Gord and I drove him to the Sunrise building where the Florida Panthers still play, and he went to practice.
Oh,
but if we had, he
God,
thought he was going to the rink.
Oh, my God. That is classic. Avis should try. Avis, call us up if you want to get on. That's a commercial waiting to happen. Avis Car Rental. All right. Or Enterprise. Next question. Juice, the Canadiens record this time. Sorry. Last year was 11-15-3. I know that the team hasn't played well lately, but is there a reason to still be optimistic as the season goes on? Yeah, Juice, I've been saying, look what happened after that.
Yeah, why not? I'd be optimistic.
Yeah.
Got to get on a bit of a run. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, the goaltending hasn't been as good. Montembeault was really good. Hey, people forget this. Montembeault was so good, Jimmy, that he played. Well, he didn't play, but he was part of Team Canada at the Four Nation.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to be part of any Team Canada this year.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what else too, Pierre? And I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm not saying this is a reason why, but still, he played way more games than he ever knew he was going
to
play.
Over 60 games.
Yeah. That can have an effect the next season on a goalie.
Well, it did. He had problems in the offseason. He had to have some stuff done with his hips. Yeah. Or his groins, you know.
All right, next question. Franco, how many Habs current bottom six players do you see sticking with the team long term for a cup run? I see one, Jake Evans. I agree, Franco, but I think he needs to be better.
Jake has to be better. He's not been nearly as good as he was a year ago. I'm just trying to think. I'm not going to discount anybody. Like to see some of the guys be a little better. Like Josh Anderson, I think could be a little better. And I do think he's a valuable component, but we'll see. Probably not too many if you base it based on that question.
Yep. All right, next question. Ethan Russell, what did you think of Jack Devine in his 6 games? Saw he was sent down. I love watching him.
So Jack Devine's a kid out of the University of Denver. His father works for USA Hockey. He played for Charlotte. I saw him earlier this year in the American Hockey League live in Charlotte against Iowa. He was very good in both games that I saw. He got called up. He was playing in a fourth-line role. He's more of a playmaker than a finisher, but he's physical. He's stout. I think he did really well when he was up, and I think he's got a future in the game, so it's good.
All right, next question. Is that it? Oh, that's it. Shane says, thank you, Shane. Thanks to all of you for your awesome questions. Good times as always today. Thanks to Shane working the boards up in Montreal. And thanks to all of you watching and listening. We appreciate it. Pierre, big night of hockey. We know we'll be watching the Habs, and we discussed the Ducks Islanders there. Leafs, you got to keep an eye on, obviously, there too. Mm-hmm. Late docket too, some good games. I'm looking at it right now. What was the one?
Florida, Colorado.
Florida's starting
to roll, Jimmy. Florida's starting to roll.
Again, we don't script this. I was just going to say, don't sleep on Florida in this.
They're getting, Jack Devine to the questioner just got sent back because they're starting to get guys healthy.
Exactly.
And so that's going to help Florida. They played well in Utah last night. They did. They played well in Utah last night. I give Utah some credit. They pushed back after a tough start. But don't sleep on Florida's right, Jimmy. Don't sleep
Stars
on
Wild, I think, will be a good game as well. So
yeah, Stars Wild should be good.
All right.
It should be good. Hey, by the way, don't forget, congratulate Sheila on an amazing career.
Yes, that's right, because we will not be live tomorrow. Definitely want to check out, by the way, On Campus Friday tomorrow. We've got Dartmouth head coach Reed Cashman joining us.
He was good. He was so good.
Good stuff there as they continue their great season. Try to keep it going. Yes, Sheila, congratulations on a wonderful career, and enjoy your dinner with your wonderful son Shane at Vago tomorrow. He's Pierre McGuire. I'm Jimmy Murphy. We'll talk to you live on Monday here on the Eye Test on the Sick Podcast Network.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Eye Test with Pierre McGuire and Jimmy Murphy on YouTube, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.